this video we're going to look at a question that deals with a trip from different locations, the amount of kilometers that trip will take, and the ultimate fuel consumption of the entire trip determines how many times we'll have to refill our tank. So if we look at the question, we have Grace drives a four-wheel drive and she has a petrol consumption of, make sure you underline the key information, of 15.2 litres per 100 kilometers, and her tank capacity of 95 litres. She is planning a trip from Sydney to yada 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 yada, and she is going to go 412 kilometers to go from Sydney to Dubbo, and 360 kilometers to go from Dubbo to Bourke. Grace filled her petrol tank at Sydney, so she started out with a completely full tank. How many times will she need to fill her tank before arriving at her final destination? Give reasons for your answer. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is work out, well, how far is she actually traveling? So what's the total distance of her journey? Well, that's going to be equal to 412 kilometers plus 360 kilometers, which is going to be equal to 772 kilometers. Alright, so let's convert now this total amount using her petrol consumption rate. How many liters of petrol would this amount of travel use? So petrol consumed is equal to 772 times 15.2 divided by 100. 772 times 15.2 divided by 100. Well, that's going to be equal to 117.344 liters. 117.344 liters, or 117.34 liters rounded to 2 decimal places. So you can probably tell with a tank capacity of 95 liters, she's almost getting there on one tank. So if they were asking how many times does she have to fill the tank completely, she could only fill it completely from each stop to each stop, then the answer would be twice. So number of total refills is going to be equal to twice, or 2 times. But if they're asking for the specific amount of times you would have to refill it, then we could get a decimal version of how much she would actually use by doing we do number of refills is going to be equal to 117.34 divided by 95 liters. And that's going to be equal to, well, 117 divided by 95. She will have to refill it 1.2352, we'll round to 2 decimal places, 1.24 times. 1.24 times. So this isn't a tremendously useful figure. This one here, it's not a specific amount of liters, and how do you fill up 1.25 times? It's more useful to know the actual quantity of total liters that you need to make this trip, and to know that if you refill the whole thing twice, then you'll be fine. So in this case, I would probably use this as the answer and not this. Alright, so that's all I have for you in this video. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.